Hey guys, what's going on? Tyrauku here, and I hope you're all doing great. I know I've been away for a little while from YouTube. I think I've last posted a video about 5 days ago. And if you've been either in the Discord or watching the community tab of the YouTube channel, then you'll know that my wife recently had our second baby boy, actually 2 days ago. So now we have a 2-year-old and a 2-day-old. So we're working on getting the schedule and everything like that worked out. Hopefully I get back to fairly consistent posting, hopefully every day, but we'll see how that works out. Right now, the 2-day-old is just sleeping basically around the clock, but give it a few months and the schedule is going to be all different for sure. Very, very different. Now, today though, what I want to do is I want to do an account showcase for my account. The reason why I want to do it now is because this account just recently became about a year old, which is perfect because my account that I had before this is actually about a year old now as well. Because what happened is I was playing that account, I ended up stopped playing that account, and then I started playing this account. So basically a year on the first account and then a year on the second account. So I played Raid for a total of about 2 years. Now I can get into about how that swap made, why I made that swap in a different video. If you guys want to see me compare those two accounts side by side, I can do that as well and kind of go through the differences between the two. Now, just for some reference, I mean, this is an account showcase. So I want to give you guys the best idea of what's going on and be as transparent as possible. That other account I've spent over the course of a year, I think I'd spent about $500. Now, I don't know exactly if that's the case or not. May have been a little bit more, may have been a little bit less. But this account, I think I've spent closer to about $5,000. So while it is quite a bit more, I definitely don't recommend people spending that much money on a game. It's ridiculous. It's a lot of money. I know that for sure, but that's the case on this account. That's how much has been spent. And that's what we're going to be going over. So I know people who've played longer than me, spent less, and are further along than this account as well. So money spent obviously does fast forward you a lot, but if you stick with the game and play it for a while, you can definitely do very well. I mean, all the free rewards you get, the free resources. Back then when that account was available and I was mainly playing that account, they didn't have advanced quests. And there's a lot of stuff that's not in the game now, or not in the game back then, that is in the game now. So Raid's got a lot better with giving out for free resources. So just take that how you may. So that's the amount spent on the two accounts, and we can compare those down the road if that's something you guys would be interested in. So first off, this account is level 100. For anybody who doesn't know, basically level, all it really shows is how much energy you've spent. So if somebody's higher level, they've spent more energy than somebody who's lower level. That's really the only thing that energy comes down to. Doesn't matter where you spend the energy. I mean, the quests do give you energy or do give you experience, but the main thing is this energy. So the more energy you use, the more experience. So if you see somebody who's level 100 very quick, they've bought a ton of energy and been farming a lot. So that gives you an idea of kind of like either they've been farming a ton of campaign or a ton of Minotaur. Doesn't matter where, it's all the same. Now looking at my champions, let's go ahead and sort this by rarity. I'll give you guys an example of what I have. Now, when it comes to duplicates, I got a few duplicates on this account, not a ton. I don't have any triples of any champions, which I say that now, and I'll probably be getting some triples. I have dupes of basically everybody down here, I believe. Almost everyone on this bottom row, actually, except for Drakgul and Whirlum. I think I have dupes of everybody else. So I don't have the worst luck. I also have a dupe Ray and a dupe Visix. So I don't have the worst luck. I have pretty good luck on these legendaries. Not like amazing luck. My voids have been very, very lucky. Ursuga, Necrit, Siphi. Obviously, Lydia, I earned her. Arbiter, also earned, but I did pull another one of her. Venus, Turvold, Solus. And then I guess I got Visix. So I got really, really good luck. And then Visix, which Visix is better now than she was before. But hey, she used to be nothing to talk about at all. So that's what I got going on champion-wise. I'm going to jump through and show you guys the gear on them as well. Just a little bit of an overview. I can't go in depth on the gear, of course, because that would take forever. I don't want this video to be that long. Now, the thing that I'm very excited about and kind of proud of, I guess, is the amount of 5-star level 1 champions that I have. So you may be wondering, why do you have so many 5-star level 1 champions? Well, the Cernic event last year around Christmas kind of scarred me. So I won Jingle Hunter. I guess you could call it that. Well, when I did, I was super close to getting Cernic. I got beat barely, I say, but he had like 100,000 points. So he was going to beat me no matter what. Now, since then, I've leveled up a lot of 5-star or champions to 5-star, rank 5, leaving them at level 1. They're all going to be at level 1. The reason why is because whenever an event starts, I'm going to use brews on these champions up to like level 25 or so and get a lot of points very quickly. That's my goal. And I have enough chickens, right, or champions, 5-star right now, to make, I think, 20 6-star champions. The hardest part for me is going to be finding 20 champions that I actually want to take to 6-star, because I can't think of any. Right now, I don't even have 20 champions that I want to take to 6-star, but I'm going to have to when that time comes, probably, in order to make sure I actually win that champion training event. That's what I have going on there. The amount of 6-stars I have, I don't know exactly how many it is. I think it's a little bit over 100. Probably like 105, 110 6-star level 60 champions. And then as far as legendaries, this is basically all of them. So basically from this row up, more or less all of them. I mean, I have a few scattered out, but nobody really worth mentioning because they're all duplicates or they're just not good enough for me to really want to invest in just yet. Not necessarily bad, but not necessarily game changing for my account. So let's talk about Siphi. Siphi is my speed booster for Arena. She's my fastest champion. This is typically a pretty good example of like how far an account is progressed. But my Siphi, I haven't got great drops from Dragon, honestly. I haven't farmed a ton of Dragon either. I'm going to get into farming more Dragon and Fire Knight. Fire Knight is where my best gear, I think, is at. I got pretty good Savage gear and pretty decent immunity gear as well. But my Dragon gear, 351 for a Siphi, with the amount of money I spent and the amount of time I've played, is not that fast at all. I know people who've spent longer in the game, but have spent a lot less money who have much faster Siphis than I do. So it's really just luck. And I guess once you, buy so much energy, then I guess you make your own luck, right? Like if you farm Dragon all day, every day, it's not really lucky when you have a 400 speed Siphi or a 400 speed champion, because you put in the work, you put in the time, you put in the money and the effort to get that champion there. So my Siphi right now, she needs some more love. 351, pretty slow, especially in Platinum Arena, which is my number one focus and my number one goal on this account right now. So I also want to show you my nukers and then my debuffer and stripper and Madame Saris, just to give you like kind of an idea of how far the account has progressed. Solus, don't look at this, 99% crit rate. I know it's not 100%, but it only misses 1% of the time. Granted, that 1% of the time feels like 50% of the time. It feels bad whenever it does miss the crit, but it was 92%. I've taken it up a little bit. Hopefully I do some more Fire Knight farming and get this a little bit higher without sacrificing too much crit damage. We'll see though. Right now he hits pretty hard. I like the way he's built. 99% hits most of the time, and I don't mind it. So that's how he's built. And then my Ray, I actually had enough Savage gear to fit her into a Savage set as well. She's a little bit faster. Their speed doesn't matter that much for the team that I run, because I run Kymar. He sleeps all the enemies in the arena, and then they basically take their turn, but they skip it because they're asleep. And then my Ray can go, my Madame Saris can strip them, which obviously Madame Saris is geared to be faster than the nuker she's running with. She can strip them, and then my nuker can hit them. So running these champions slow is no problem. Now, if you didn't have Kymar, or didn't have a way to make that happen, you wouldn't want to run these champions slow. So I would definitely, I would run these champions closer to like 220, 230, maybe even 240. But now I can slow them down quite a bit because of Kymar. Kymar was probably one of the biggest, most impactful champions to my account in a long time. Now, Rule the Huntsmaster, let's forget about him. He's missing some gear anyways, so not a great champion. Richoff, I do use him in Dragons, actually. I'm just clicking on some random champions. Madame Saris. This is in my slow gear, built with my Kymar team. Pretty good accuracy, 740 accuracy. Speed's very slow, like I said, but all perception set. Perception is a very, very good set. I mean, you can pick what charms and stuff you want to use to make it a specific way, and after you do enough faction wars, you're going to get some pretty good perception pieces. And honestly, some of my best gear is actually in the perception set because of how customizable you can make it. I love the Forge. I think it's awesome. I love that you can get such good set pieces from that as well. That's what she looks like. So then all these other champions, some of these champions have no use. Some of them I use every day, but a lot of them just sit in the vault. They have very niche uses, if any at all. A lot of them are just for faction wars. Now, let's look at my Clan Boss team. That's another pretty important thing to check out. My Clan Boss team consists of Turvold, wearing Fury gear, Fury and Speed. He's in the Unkillable team, of course. I mean, once you hit Ultra Nightmare, you're probably doing Unkillable. It may be cheesy, but hey, it works and it gets you the rewards you need. My Clan Boss team does do 1 key Ultra Nightmare. I do have a video on my Clan Boss team and kind of how it works. So if you guys want to check that out, feel free. But this is what Turvold looks like. His gear, he hits like an absolute truck. Turvold is one of my favorite champions of the game. He looks great, he performs great. He's all around a pretty awesome champion. Now his ugly, I don't know, step cousin, step brother, Jotun, or whatever his name is, Jotun. I don't know. Look at the barbarians, you can see who I'm talking about. The big dude looks just like Turvold, doesn't hit like Turvold. Yeah, I'd say check him out, but you probably already fed him. That's probably okay. I don't know what to do with him. Does anybody have a use for that guy? I don't. But Martyr, this is what she looks like right now. Martyr is another champion I pulled a dupe of. Great champion have one of. I don't know if I can use two of them. Maybe I could in other content, but at this point, I don't really need a duplicate of her, but amazing champion. So I have her, Turvold, and then I have Kreela. And then this is what her stats look like. We'll just go over it pretty quickly. She's in Reflex. Reflex is super crucial for her and the team that I have it built. Lets her put out a lot more team ally attacks, a lot more buffs. Overall, Reflex is a very, very good set for her. And then my Man-Eaters are both pretty slow. 216, good crit rate, good crit damage. Well, crit rate's 80% because Kreela gives the increased crit rate buff, both in toxic sets. And this is what it looks like. So 215, and then what I say, 216. So they're both pretty slow, I guess, when you compare it to like Bad Eater. But this team does do one key Ultra Nightmare. Now, this team, I do have to manual it for a little while, but being able to do one key Ultra Nightmare, I can then do Nightmare with one key, Brutal with one key, and then Hard with one key. And then since my favorite pack to buy right now is probably the mini mix packs, and they're having them basically buy one, get one free, 50% off, however you want to word it. It's basically $20, you get double the stuff. Or if you see the $20 one, you basically get double what you used to get. So those, I think, are an amazing deal if you still have Great Hall to work on. If you have your Great Hall to work on still, those are my favorite thing to purchase in the game, to be honest. And during the Cernic event was the first time they ever did that, I think. And I bought a lot of them because it's really good for overall account progression. But being able to hit Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare, Brutal, Hard, and then sometimes Normal gives me a pretty good inflow of Clan Boss chests. So I can kill Normal myself. We have some players like Replicant Roy who sometimes hit Hard. We can basically kill this. And then so I get 2 chests, 2 chests, 2 chests, 2 chests, 2 chests. Each one of these chests have a chance, even down to normal, of dropping Void Shards. So Void Shards are like $3 a piece if you purchase them from the shop. They're not very cheap. So if you can get a few of these, perfect. Get some gems, get some books. Rare books are actually hard to come by once you get to Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare because look, they're not even available. So once you get there, perfect. And it gives you a pretty good flow of shards. Honestly, Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare was the biggest jump in my account. Being able to go from having to, I guess, buy shards more to now I get so many shards from the clan boss. It's a huge, huge difference. And if you're working on your clan boss stuff, definitely try to get to Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare clan boss farming as quickly as possible because the rewards are just amazing. Now my Great Hall is 184. This kind of shows how it's only a year old. So the account, relatively young, the Great Hall, relatively low. So this should be significantly further, maybe even finished by the end of this year. 6 months, maybe pushing it though, to be honest. So maybe a little bit later than that. But either way, I've been really focusing on the arena lately. Looking at my inbox, I did buy some mini mix packs recently. So I do got quite a bit of resources in my inbox, as you can see here. Let's actually get to these gems real quick. This is the daily gem pack. So we got some arena tokens right here. This is quite a bit of arena tokens. I'm hoping to get enough medals to hopefully get this pretty close, at least all gold, but very close to being complete by the end of the year. So we'll see how that works out. Now let's go ahead and jump into some of my well, before we do dungeons, the clan boss, we got that done. Doom Tower, I finished Doom Tower hard last month, working through Doom Tower normal this right now. I need to go through doing the secret rooms because the secret rooms I've really been putting off. Like there's been most of the rotations, I haven't finished all the secret rooms. I just kind of got lazy, didn't take the time to figure out the teams, and just kind of pushed it to the side. But I definitely need to work on this and finish up all the secret rooms, which is my goal this rotation. I also need to focus on farming these boss stages, doing like the silver key farming of the Griffin stage every day. I get sidetracked. It takes a while to do it. It's not 100% consistent, so I just don't do it. I need to get Brogni booked up, and it should be a lot better. But right now, it's just something I don't prioritize. I mean, it takes a lot of time. And raid as it is takes a ton of time, like hours and hours each and every day, if you want to stay up to date, right? Now, normal, I'm working through that. It's doing pretty good. Arena, I've placed Platinum Arena twice, and I'm working on doing it more. That's my main focus right now. My main goal is to do good in Platinum Arena. My 3v3 defense is not doing that good for some reason, so I need to fix this because this is not going to get me into Gold 3. which is what I want to be. I want to be gold 4. That's my plan to be soon. I did make it to gold 4 before, but I stopped focusing on it, started focusing on more on plat. Got my defenses all messed up, so I need to climb back up there, and I got the team to do it. It's just the time commitment of this does take a little bit of time, but it's definitely worth it for CVC. So Classic Arena, number one focus right now, getting a good defense, getting a good offense, working on my Great Hall, and overall consistently placing in plat is my number one goal on my account. To each week place comfortably and consistently in plat, preferably top 100, but top 150 would be great. My best placement so far was 120th. Now, Faction Wars, my factions that are struggling are Skinwalkers and Lizardmen. Both of those factions are actually pretty difficult for me and for a lot of people. So both of those are a struggle. I can do all the stages because I have Lydia, but stage 20, I can't farm it very quickly. Now, Dwarves, with getting Herndig and getting Brogni, I'm hoping that put me into the position now where I can do that pretty quickly, but we'll see when it actually comes around. But those three are the ones that I struggle with the most. Ogren is sometimes a little bit annoying. My team isn't super fast to farm this, but it's not terrible either. So this is the team. I can put Shatterbones in there, probably speed it up to be honest. And I may actually do that, swap Shatterbones in for whatever his name is, Gear Grinder, because he's just a good support champion. Doesn't really do much else. I'll probably make that swap. That'll probably be pretty good actually. But overall, that's kind of how the Faction War setup is. Bannerlords was the last one that I completed. Super annoying. I believe it was. It was super annoying. It took me so long. I think it took like 30 minutes just to finish stage 21. Heart was pounding. I was like, oh, we're going to get Lydia now. We're going to get Lydia. I was so scared they were going to wake up. I was going to get messed up. It was going to be bad. But it all worked out good. And yeah, that's over with, and I'm very happy. Now, when it comes to dungeons, I kind of talked about this a little bit before. I talked about doing Fire Knight versus Dragon. Let me take a drink real quick. I talked about doing Fire Knight versus Dragon. Sorry, I'm just not going to cut that out. We'll just keep a sip of water in the video. Now, talked about Fire Knight versus Dragon, but let me show you spiders, okay? This is my fastest dungeon I can do. Right now, I do it in about 15 to 25 seconds, I think. And it's pretty consistent. Well, it's actually, I think, 100% consistent. I haven't seen it fail at all. I just now got Septimus up. He needs to get geared up and situated correctly. But this run is going to be pretty good. All right, so 12 seconds here, actually, the faster side of things. If I got both of them in flawless execution, then you wouldn't have that variation as much because sometimes the Helm Smasher procs and sometimes it doesn't. So I need to fix Cold Heart. I think she's in Helm Smasher right now, but that is what it is. Fast Spider team. Now, why am I not doing stage 25? Okay, so I have the champions. I can use Tyrant Ixelmore. I can use a shock and burn the spiders and freeze them. The reason why I don't do stage 25 is mostly because I need a lot of silver. If you come by my stream, you know my silver situation is terrible all the time. So my big goal right now is to get a lot of silver, and doing stage 20, I can do a lot more volume and be able to sell more pieces of gear. So that's why I'm doing stage 20 versus stage 25 at this time. It's a fraction of the time it takes for me to get through it. So it's kind of where I'm sticking right now. Now doing Fire Knight, this is where I'm going to be farming for a little while. My goal is to get back into farming Fire Knight, doing it consistently, doing it overnight, because for a while there, I stopped doing this and was just doing champion training. Fire Knight, I need good immunity gear. I can use crit damage gear. I can use savage gear. I can use regeneration. Basically, everything that Fire Knight drops, I can use the gear from. So Fire Knight is definitely a place that's going to be my number one most farmed area for a while, and then probably some Dragon as well. My Siphi needs a big speed boost, but it's going to be a while to get that. And it's just easier to get upgrades, I feel like, from Fire Knight because you can always use a good Savage set. Savage is such an amazing set for basically any DPS champion who you would have built just like regular damage gear. So if you get good Savage gear, there's really no situation where non-Savage gear would do better. Maybe for a Faceless or something like that who like ignores defense already, but overall, Savage is just going to do better. So my Fire Knight time, I think, is like 2 minutes or so. I think it's consistent. There's probably some times where people miss their debuffs and it goes a little bit weird and it's probably not consistent then, but overall, it's a pretty solid run, okay? I tried doing this video earlier and my Farrakhan wasn't actually geared. He was missing a shield set, so it kind of ruined the run. Now, Farrakhan is in a shield set and Lydia is in an immunity set. The reason why is because immunity gives Lydia that one extra buff, and then Farrakhan gives the entire team an extra buff with his shield set. So it works out perfectly being able to balance those two things out, and Lydia brings something extra, Farrakhan brings something extra, so that Seer can nuke those first two waves pretty good without having like crazy high, insane stats. So right now she's sitting at like 220 crit damage, I think, with I think Savage gear on. I might check that out. But overall, Seer, Lydia, and Kymar are probably three of my most used champions. Once I pulled Kymar, he really changed up my teams in general. Now, technically, I think this team comp is better if you have Renegade, because Renegade I think has a multi-hit, plus she has a slow. So she can do really good in this team. If you don't have Kymar, it's no problem. You can definitely use Renegade. Not an issue whatsoever. Fahrenheit 25, 2 minutes and 12 seconds. I think my Fahrenheit 20 is like less than a minute. So my fastest time was 35 seconds. Pretty good. I don't do Fahrenheit 20 anymore. The only stage 20 dungeon I do is Spider's Den. Minotaur, I typically... So with Minotaur, there's a few things you can do. You can either just do one champion farming and leveling up 4 champions with their masteries and leveling them up. What I do right now is I take champions, I level them up to 6-star, level 1, and I let them sit until I'm ready to do their masteries. And then depending on if I want to either use it for a video, if I want to use it for a video, I'll go ahead and level them up quickly and just do like a champion who does Minotaur very quickly. I'll let them be the leader. I'll bring in 2 other people, do it like 30 seconds, and then be done with it. Now, if I don't care how fast it is, then I might just do 1 champion as a leader, get that 1 champion through there, and then get 4 champions masteries, which takes like a day or 2 if I do it overnight. It may even take longer than that. I think it takes like 8,000, almost 10,000 energy to do that. It takes a lot of energy, but it's definitely worth it as far as being efficient. Now, something here is messed up. I think I have gear missing from somebody, obviously, but this run, I think, we'll see what, this is the main team I used. I might have to fix that to do it later on, but it looks like War Maiden's missing gear, which is kind of going to suck because same team from Ice Golem. But stage 25, a minute 21. Let's see what she's looking like. Oh, so she's missing a pair of boots. So let's go ahead and do this. And this should fix it for Ice Golem as well. These are the boots I think she was wearing. So let's see if we can do this again. Stage 25, one more time. Now, the reason why I have Archmage in there is because he gives, what, 3 buffs, I think? So it's really good for Seer. So he gives 1, 2, 3 buffs. Battle gives some more as well. And then she decreases defense, and Seer just nukes everybody. So with Seer, you really just need a lot of debuffs. I got Renegade in here instead of Kymar. Renegade is wearing my shield set, I do believe. And then Archmage, he has a nice little stun for the Ice Golem waves. But other than that, it doesn't really matter. Seer just clears through the stuff, get to the dragon. Battle cleans up the dragon pretty well. And this is basically going to be the same strategy that I have for Ice Golem. But instead, my goal with Ice Golem is Battle gets to the Ice Golem, everybody else dies, and then Battle is just spamming poisons, his AoE ability. I got him in Relentless gear, so he's just taking turn after turn after turn. Pretty high resistance. I think I need to actually boost it up a little bit, but he's resisting the freezes, resisting the block heals on the Ice Golem, and overall, it's just a pretty smooth experience on the Ice Golem. And I don't know if I really want to show that because it may take a little bit of time. I think it takes like 2 minutes, but hey, this video's 23 minutes. What's 2 more minutes going to hurt? So I'm hoping Battle can solo this. I actually don't know if he can. Well, solo. I mean, he got to the dragon. I thought the team usually survived. I didn't know they died here. So we're about to find out what happens. Is he going to survive? I don't know. But either way, this is the team I have for dragon. If he fails, though, I'm going to have to change this up. It's been a little while, like I said, since I farmed dragon. Maybe that's why my Siphi is so slow. Maybe all along my dragon runs were failing. And I never got any speed gear. That would explain a lot, wouldn't it? Now, I think he does fine. Battle is pretty insane when it comes to doing content himself. I mean, just make him fast, make him resistant, and he just goes to town. So we're still less than 2 minutes. Bada bing, bada boom. And let's jump into Ice Golem to show you guys what the last dungeon is like. And then overall in this account, I think over the past year, I've made pretty good progress on the account. Obviously, like I said, this account's not free to play. So it's had a good amount of money invested in it. And I think it's made pretty good progress overall. So I got Lydia. I'll show you guys my missions, what I'm working on there. If you guys want to see any specific champions that are on my account, you want to see how they're built, how they're used. If you've seen anything, you're wondering, why is that champion level 60 or anything like that? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. I would love to and be more than happy to share with you why, which champion is where they're at, why they're not. Maybe you guys have some suggestions as well, but that's what's going on right now inside my account. My number 1 goal right now is focusing on the arena, getting into Platinum Arena. Well, not getting into Platinum Arena, that's not a problem, but placing in Platinum Arena on reset, that's where the problem arises. My goal is to do that consistently. Battle doesn't seem to have high enough resistance right now, so this may be a little bit tricky. Yeah, so I want to get him closer to 250 resistance. so he's gonna die here. He had some gear changes, which is silver is a big issue on my account. So what happens is I'll move the gear and I forget what's on him, and then when I go to put it back on him, it's the wrong gear. That's what happened here. Not a huge deal, but I'm getting my silver situation fixed slowly but surely. If you watch the stream though, there's been so many times where I'll be around and my silver is just gone. So then I can't do anything on stream because I have no silver. And then moving gear back and forth, since it's not 50% off anymore, it is terrible. I hate not being able to move gear, but it is what it is. I'll get him fixed and I'll be able to do Ice Golem. But that's the strategy. Basically get Battle to the Ice Golem. His gear right now, he's in Relentless stuff. This is what his gear looks like right now. I want to get his resist to about 250, maybe even 300, and then accuracy is pretty good where it's at. So this is what he looks like. And then my missions, I took these a little bit slow because I know the Gomlock Skyhide was coming up, but this was before they actually changed it to now making it well, they're going to move it later on down the line. But when that was there, I was like, there's no reason to rush this. It's going to take forever anyways. But now I need to speed it up because I can do all this no problem. So I can just blow through all these, but it's just getting these glyphs, using these max glyphs. So I want to wait till CVC to do that because glyphs do give some points for CVC. And if I got to do so many glyphs anyways, might as well get some points for it. So I'm going to wait till the CVC for this and then, yeah, kind of just go from there. So currently in the account, I'm just doing events as they come, doing tournaments as they come, trying to push in the arena, working a lot of different defenses, working a lot of different offenses, trying to be creative with the stuff because like I showed, my Siffy's not that fast. Let me jump in here one more time, show you guys my champions, kind of what I'm working with. If you're curious with anything, let me know. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions. If you're wondering why Gallic is 60, that's a good question. I don't know either. Nah, he was for a video, wanted to test him out. That's why he's 60. He wasn't even my starter champion. I think I had Kale as the starter on this account. But if you guys want to know about this account compared to my other account, which is much lower spender, let me know. And I can compare these side to side and we can see what the difference in progression is from a year-old account with a medium spender or a year-old account big spender. All right, so let me know what you guys think about this video. Do you like this kind of content? Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.